What has you distracted, discouraged, or down? Is it COVID, masks, your health, finances, a relationship, or your child's education? Deuteronomy 31:8 says, "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged." In 1 Samuel 17, we read that the Israelites found themselves in battle with the Philistines and a real live giant named Goliath. For 40 days, both morning and night, Goliath stood at the edge of the battle line and yelled insults. When this happened, the Israelites ran and hid in fear. Are you running from your giant today? Be encouraged. The Lord goes before you and will be with you. One day, Jesse, David's dad, sends David to the battlefield to deliver food to David's brothers who are in the Israelites' army. David arrives at the battlefield just in time to hear Goliath yelling his insults again. At this, David asks his brothers and the other soldiers, "Who is this guy that he should yell at the army of God?" And they explain to David what has been happening with Goliath. David then replies, "I will go and fight Goliath." But David is only a boy. Saul, the king, tries to dress David up in armor, but David is uncomfortable as he's never worn it before. So David takes off the armor and goes to find a stream and chooses 5 smooth stones. What talents, gifts, or abilities do you have that can be used to fight off your giant? With the 5 smooth stones in his pocket, the sling in his hand, and the Lord on his side, David stood in front of the giant Goliath. Goliath looked at David, laughed, and yelled insults at him. Do you feel like your giant is yelling at you too? David tells Goliath, "You're going to fight me with a sword and shield, but I have God on my side, and he will be with me." At that, David took a stone, put it in his sling, and swung it at Goliath, striking him in the forehead, killing him. God used David to save his people. David didn't have anything fancy to fight with. He just had a talent and the faith that God was going to be with him and save him from Goliath. Don't run from your Goliath as the Israelites did. Stand before it with faith, strength, and the gifts, talents, or abilities that God has given you. God has gone before you, and he will be with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged.